Hi, Stars fans. Welcome to the take two of the episode of the Mighty Melbourne Stars podcast. I'm Heath McDonald, aka Mighty Melbourne Stars, and I'm joined by the one and only.
Yeah, the one and only. Welcome back, guys. Another episode. It's Jacob here from Melbourne Stars News, and our first game review of BBL 15 is getting underway. And what a way to kickstart the season! That was our first opening game win since BBL 09. So safe to say it was well needed. It's what we've been waiting for. It's what we've been begging for all off season, and we got it. The new era is underway, and we're pretty pleased. So I'll hand back over to Heath to get us started with some questions and thoughts.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, what was your positives out of the match today? As there was a lot of positives to get through, but what were your main takeaways from the match?
I think the batting was the main takeaway. Just the partnerships of Stoinis and Callaway. What did you think of Rogers opening up?
I thought Rogers was fantastic. He knew what he had to do. I didn't like it at first, but to see him get put on 30 runs, I will honestly take that. Now he just needs to back it up.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think consistency is going to be key this season. I mean, opening the batting is never tough for both him and Joe Clark, and it feels like as fans are kind of always waiting for that first wicket to fall. You know, we get to 20, we get to 30, we get to 40 not out, and you're just kind of waiting. So I think credit to him. I think Tom Rogers, that's what we want from him. We don't expect hundreds, just consistency, 30, 40 runs at a good strike rate. I think 30 off 19 balls. He hit some really nice boundaries early. So did Joe Clark. Clark probably would have liked to get going a little bit more. Probably a few too many dot balls. Strike rate of 100, not bad. But I mean, you have to look at the circumstances of the game, though. We didn't need to go bang from ball one just because we were only chasing 160. So, look, I'm fine with what Clark and Rogers opened up with. 50 between the two of them, off the opening partnership. So, you can't ask for much more than that. And yeah, I mean, Stoinis and Callaway, that was something special. The master and the apprentice, as I said last night. Stoinis just guiding Callaway through that innings. You saw them constantly just meeting in the middle together, Stoin giving advice. And what an innings from the Hulk, winding the clock back. I know we said we haven't won our first game since BBL 09, and he was playing like it was BBL 09. So incredible to watch. 62 runs and Callaway 41 off 27. I think they got the order right. I think moving Stoinis up to 4 instead of Harper was the big call, and it was correct. I guess the circumstances of the game, but I'd be doing that in future. What did you make of the partnership?
Yeah, no, I loved it. It was just amazing to watch, and I hadn't felt that great after a win probably since BBL 09, where we made the final against the Sixers. So, like, anything can happen this year. It was just so good the way we went about it, the professionalism, and also congratulations to Stoinis on 3,000 runs. What an amazing achievement.
Yep, agreed.
So, did you have any negatives with our bowling side of things? Because I only saw our batting side.
Yeah, no, I think there was definitely some negatives. I mean, overall, you have to be happy with that performance. We held one of the biggest hitting teams to 159 runs, and we did take 9 wickets. Granted, they don't bat deep, and their tail is probably weaker than most teams. You look at how crucial the impact of Glenn Maxwell opening the bowling was at the start of the game. It wasn't expected, but when I saw it, I wasn't surprised just because of the man Maxi is. He would have been in Stoin's ear all week saying, mate, give me that ball. And it paid off. Mitchell Owen, one of the biggest wickets in the Big Bash, gone in the first over. I don't know what he was trying to do. He hit one of the first ones for 6. And I was like, oh, here we go. Then Cartwright obviously got put off of it by Rogers and dropped that catch, which is uncommon from Hilton. And then next ball makes up for it. So I'm not sure what Mitch Owen was trying to do there. But huge wicket. And then Chowdhury gone next. And then, McDermott played amazing. And Tim David, he didn't do what he wanted to do. He came in a bit early for their liking. And this was the negative, just not being able to break the partnership of those two, I think. If they had got going a bit more and posted a bigger total, we could have been in trouble. I don't think we would have been just because of how well we batted, but let's say we didn't bat so well and we had a big total to chase, you have to factor in those things. And then the wide deliveries, I think 16 extras off wides. We didn't bowl 16 wides because one of those wides went for 5 runs. So you have to factor that in. But definitely some loose deliveries, just costly. It didn't matter in a game like that because we were so on top of the game already. But, in crunch time or in games that are closer, that can really affect us. So we have to tighten up on that. And I think they know that. A few guys like Swepson probably didn't have the game that they hoped for. Just a bit expensive at times. Him, Ralph, didn't take too many wickets. Ralph obviously took Tufa towards the end of the game, 2 in a row, actually. The man was on a hat trick yet again. But no, I think overall pretty positive from the bowling attack in terms of just taking the 9 wickets and holding them to a low total. But yeah, those two kind of sloppy things would be something to look out for.
Yeah, of course. Like we weren't perfect. Like as you said, the 16 wides don't help, and tidying up would help. Like us bowl less wides in the future when it comes to the teams we need to beat. So yeah, I was just happy that we could get off to the great start that we needed to. Was there anything that else caught your eye, or anything change from the batting or bowling that you thought, okay, this is what I'm liking of what I'm seeing, or was just everything the way we hoped it would be and better?
I think the top 4 was perfect. The way I think Rogers and Clark is the right opening partnership. I know we spoke on having Callaway open just because of, his red ball statistics and he is an opener. But coming in at number 3 in a T20 game, I think is totally fine. Because let's be real, wickets are generally falling, 1 wicket in the first 5 overs is pretty normal in a big bash game. So Callaway, he's coming in and he didn't smash it from ball 1, and that's perfectly fine. He had a few overs just to get his groove, and then he was able to capitalise pretty well, and he was smashing boundaries. 41 of 27. That's not a bad strike rate at all for number 3. I know a few people were saying he reminded us of Nick Larkin, that number 3 left-hander, anchoring the innings, taking his time at the start, and then hitting some lovely 4s. So I was really pleased with him for his first game as kind of a key player. It wasn't his debut. He's played for us before, but more as kind of a reserve in the lower order, filling a spot. But he played a key role in this game, and I think we'll leave him at 3. And yeah, Stoinis at 4 was the big pleaser for me instead of Harper. I think Harper can potentially dig a deeper hole after we've just lost 2 wickets, and it was the right type of game to send Stoin in, just get the job done, which he did, and he did fantastically. So, as you mentioned, credit to Stoinis, 3,000 career runs for the Melbourne Stars, and yeah, looking forward to many more. I know the commentators were saying, if we're going to win the title, he's going to have to go on and make another 400 to 500 of them. So, looking forward to many more. But yeah, that was probably my key highlight from the batting, just getting the order right, and then Maxwell should have been the one coming in at 5 if we needed him.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. But obviously, the coach and the team and the captain knew what they were doing with the batting order. I thought it was very smart the way we went about it. We were just super professional, and we beat the Hurricanes yet again. And we continue right from when we started, finished off last year, and took that momentum into this year. So we've technically won 6 in a row if you count last year's.
If you don't count the knockout.
Yeah, if you don't count the knockout.
Yeah. No, I think that
Yeah.
was a key thing. Just the club and the senior players are really keen on just keeping that momentum and that same game style from the back end of last year. Peter Moore spoke about that. He goes, at training, we've just been able to find the form that we were in last season, carry out that same game plan. I think they did that really well. And that game plan is, putting pressure on the batters, taking wickets early, just dominating that surge overs, not letting them break away. And then the batting was phenomenal. As I was saying to you when you were live last night, it felt weird just being able to sit back and smile at my TV and just watch these guys go to work and not be stressed out. It was fantastic to see. It felt a bit weird. We're not used to it, but Max Abbott did say, a new era of the Stars, the new uniforms, they looked great out on the field, I reckon. Shout out to all of our sponsors, making them look even better. And yeah, new GM, so something to look out for. New players, it just felt great. So
Yeah,
yeah, really pleased with how this new era has started off. I think everything was perfect. I don't really have too much more to say. What do you think?
yeah, no, definitely. As you can see, I have this stars top. It's the one from I think it was the COVID year top. Anyway,
Yeah, BBL 11, I think that looks like.
yes, yeah, it does. So, like I said, we were fantastic, and the commentators were saying that the Hurricanes needed a flurry of wickets and to get themselves back in the match, but that didn't happen. Like Chris Jordan was expensive. I think he went none for 41, which was embarrassing for someone like Chris Jordan, who's really good.
Yeah,
Um, Ellis was good too. I thought Billy Stanlake was good too. Like,
yeah.
what did he make in the end?
Puffing Billy's been good this season. And those Hurricane bowlers, they're threatening. Nathan Ellis, arguably one of the best bowlers in the comp. Riley Meredith is great. Puffing Billy, as you mentioned. But yeah, I think the key, sorry to interrupt you, but I think the
Yeah,
key was just not losing a wicket in the power play. That happens pretty much every game last season. It would have happened. And we get to the 5 over mark, and Rogers and Clark were still in. And, we were on 40 odd runs. It was fantastic. And we were able to keep the run rate going, and new guys came in. We didn't fall too far behind. In that middle phase, we'd usually dig ourselves a deep hole. But no, it only took, an over or so for Stoin and Callaway to get going. And then they got that run rate back up nicely. And Stoin was just in incredible form. And so was Callaway, just playing smart shots. So, and we bat deeply. And I want to get your thoughts. Obviously, we went with the deeper batting lineup of Curran, our all rounder, at 8, and then including Harper in the XI, Cartwright at 7. Now, those things can be twisted, but just that general 11, leaving the extra bowler out, what do you think of it? Do you think it was the right decision?
yeah, I think it was the right decision. We obviously came in with a game plan and we executed it to the letter. We just how to do the plan well, and it was just fantastic the way we went about it, and to have the tail enders in 8 and to lower down the order. So yeah, it should be good fun. Like I cannot wait to see what else we do because it's just one of
Yeah,
those games where, at our best, we're a very dangerous side, and if arguably the best side in the
yeah.
competition regarding to our best.
And I mean, we showed that last night, taking down the reigning premiers. When we are at our best, we can do anything. If Stoinis is going to play like that, if Callaway and Rogers are going to play like that, it's something special. And we didn't even need Maxwell to come out. He was sitting on the bench waiting for his opportunity. Cartwright as well. Harper, if he's in good form, he can give us some handy runs. Tom Curran can whack it. We had so much depth left. And so, yeah, I'd agree with the question I posed before of, did this lineup work? I think yes. You think maybe one less bowler, our bowling attack's going to be weaker. But it wasn't. Harris Ralph, Tom Curran, Mitch Swepson, those guys, I think, only bowled 3 overs each. And that's because Maxwell and Stoinis took the ball and they were fantastic with it. So, Mitch Swepson also had another over left, and Peter Sill, amazing. He bowled his 4 overs, took a couple wickets, and the commentators were saying he was just fantastic, bowling 140 consistently at 41 years of age. He was phenomenal. So I just think if our bowlers are going to bowl, beside the wides, if our bowlers are going to bowl like that again, put the pressure on and take wickets, there's no need to add Liam Hatcher or Tom Whitney or Hamish McKenzie or Merlot. Stick with the same lineup because we have enough guys to get through the overs easily. Maxwell and Stone is both very comfortable with the ball. And we only need 2 overs each from them if our main 4 in, Curran, Ralph, Siddle, and Swepson are going to bowl all 4 overs. We only need 2 each from Maxi and Stone, which they're more than capable of. So, no, I think we stick with the same lineup because it does give us depth. I just think we alter that lineup a little bit and have Harper lower at the traditional wicketkeeper spot of number 7, and you move Maxwell and Cartwright up one position. That's my ideal lineup. Stoinis at 4 is perfect, Callaway at 3 is perfect, and then I'm completely fine with Maxi at 5 and Cartwright, the finisher, at number 6. What do
Yeah,
you think?
yeah. So that sort of brings me to my next question with the game against the Strikers as we take them on at the Adelaide Oval. Do we go in with the same side that tops the Hurricanes, or would you change it, or just leave it how it is? Because obviously Adelaide Strikers different to the Hurricanes. Like
Yeah.
Hurricanes ran premiers, Strikers, as you said, they struggled a bit against the Sixers, but they still got the job done.
Well, what I noticed is the strikers don't bat very deep. Strong opening partnership with Matt Short and Chris Lynn. And Liam Scott, I believe his name is, was really promising for them with the bat. Alex Ross doesn't get going as much as he used to back in the day. Jason Stanger didn't look comfortable. So, look, I think we go in with the same lineup. I think it's hard not to, with the game we've just had. Like, you can't really take anyone out. Everyone was phenomenal. Marcus Stoinis plays very well at the Adelaide Oval. Maybe not so much last year, but the past 2 years on New Year's Eve, he was dominant. He smashed back-to-back 50s there, and won us the game. So I think he's going to come in at that number 4 spot. I don't, I don't think we changed the lineup at all. Sam Harper did really well at Adelaide Oval for us last year. And he was good, but I think he was a pretty decent behind the stumps. People wanted Clark to keep, but I think Harper is the better keeper, and it allows Clark to focus on his batting. So no, I think we go in with the same lineup. Our bowlers will do their magic there. Hopefully, we chase again, but I wouldn't mind seeing a set a total if we can bat like that. So yeah, to answer your question, we stay with the same lineup.
Yeah, definitely. So with the Adelaide Oval, obviously that pitch is fantastic. It looks great, Nick. If I was the the Stars, I would probably bat first to silence the crowd early, and that's one of the key things you have to do against the Strikers crowd. No matter what, we just have to shut them out early. As if they get on a roll, it's hard for the other team to stop.
Yeah, I mean, when Matt Short or Chris Lynn are at their best, it's certainly hard to stop their momentum. And yeah, obviously, an away game, we treat it differently to the MCG. I guess it depends what the pitch is doing. I mean, there's a test match being played on it as we speak. So very hot over there now. The pitch is baking up, probably drying out a little bit. We play on the 23rd, I believe, or, or 22nd. So if we have a few day break and we'll get to training and assess that. But I mean, I wouldn't be mad if we batted or bowled first. To be honest,
Yeah,
as I mentioned, the way we played was phenomenal. So we wait and see, but excited to go again against the Strikers, who we have a pretty decent record against.
yeah, definitely. We should have won the game last year against the Strikers at the Adelaide Oval. If we had done this and this right, we would have won. But we're a different team to last year, and this year we continue the same form, and we can beat anybody, like anytime, any place, anywhere. That's the mentality we should be going in with. Doesn't matter
Yeah,
if we're versing the bottom of the table, Thunder, or versing the top of the table, Scorchers or Sixers. We should be going in with the same mentality of we need to get the job done and just be super professional about it and respectful too, because the other teams are also good in their own way.
yeah, for sure. And there's going to be tough competition, as you were talking about. Top of the table, that's actually us, the Melbourne Stars. So look out for that, guys. Hopefully, we can retain that coming forward. We have 3 away games now in a row. Adelaide, and then we go straight back on Boxing Day to Sydney against the Sixers. So that'll no doubt be a tough game, and then up to Brisbane at the Gabba for the Brisbane Heat. So we play a lot of our home games at the G in January, so in late and middle January, just because the Boxing Day test is on. So obviously there's no availability there. And then we head up to Monaco to that game. So hopefully we can knock over the Sydney Thunder and get our revenge there. And yeah, back to the G. But yeah, we'll move on and we'll have a preview coming shortly with our man over at Strikers Central. Make sure you guys go and check him out on Instagram. Amazing Strikers content, similar page to what I am for the Stars. he'll be jumping on and having a chat with us, previewing the Strikers game in a few days. So look out for that one. And yeah, I think that wraps us up for today, Heath.
Yeah, definitely. Massive respect for Strikers Central and also the Strikers team. I don't have anything against the Strikers. I just like to beat anyone who's in front of us, but respectfully. So it's good fun. Cannot wait. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, share, turn notification on, share it around, tell your friends. Don't forget to follow the Instagram podcast account as well as Jacob and myself, and we should. And yeah, that's all I can say really. Just plug in our YouTube channel and Instagram accounts, which is what we like to do.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, well, great start to the new era. I think the whole Stars community is so rad with that. And hopefully we can continue that momentum and incredible form going forward. So thank you all for tuning in to another episode, and go Stars.
Yeah, go Stars.
What you doing? You just wanna